We are the only ones that invest more on entertainment than we do on education. So that is why our musicians are blowing. We denigrate our brothers and sisters that are artists in other countries like we are the best. Oh, Nigerians are the best. We have the best investment. We as musicians and in the creative industry and the creatives and the admins and everybody, do we feel that it is only when it is profitable that we should make the move that we think is going to be positive for the growth of our industry? If there's no profit to be made from that move, should it still be made? Over here. Over here.
Seun.
And before I ask my question, Mr. Asika, you are not allowed to answer. You are the moderator. Just moderate the responses of the panelists. Thank you very much. I have one question, but before I ask my question, it was said on stage before that nobody knows why Nigerian music is so successful and is able to enter every market and just make it. I'm not in the business side of things, but the answer to that one is very simple. Investment. Nigerian musicians, at least the popular ones that break into this market, have millions of dollars of Nigerian money behind them. They can go into any market and pay any PR, whatever they want, to enter that market. So that's the answer to that. We say that all the time as Nigerians to feel special, and I don't like it because we denigrate our brothers and sisters that are artists in other countries like we are the best. Oh, Nigerians are the best. We have the best investment. In fact, I have an interesting nugget on this issue, that the Nigerian elite, of the elite within their wealth brackets in the world, like countries that really have some cash, we don't have money, but we show. we are the only ones that invest more on entertainment than we do on education. So that is why our musicians are blowing. So I've helped people answer that one, in case so you are no longer confused as to why it's happening. Now, but my real question is that, although our educational system as Africans everywhere has failed us, it has raised nothing but economic mercenaries, and we believe that all our talent is to make money. Anything in this world is to make money. If you're a doctor, it's not because you're supposed to heal your nation, it's because you're supposed to be rich for being a doctor. If you're a lawyer, it's not because you're supposed to fight for justice, it's because you're supposed to be rich for being a lawyer. If you're anything, we've gotten to the stage where even the best footballers Africa have cannot play for Africa because they are making money somewhere else, and we can't complain. That being said, we as musicians and in the creative industry and the creatives and the admins and everybody, do we feel that it is only when it is profitable that we should make the move that we think is going to be positive for the growth of our industry? If there's no profit to be made from that move, should it still be made? And I'm asking the panelists, not knowing fully well that the music business is very fickle. Michael Jackson, just before he died and scammed us with "This Is It," was bankrupt. So if Michael Jackson can be bankrupt, I don't think any musician in this world has money. Whatever you have, you have to look for a way to keep making it till you die. Or else, all these things we are saying doesn't really exist. So that being the case, I know where African artists will fall back into if this our model doesn't work. Should it only be driven by the profit incentive? That's my question.
I'll take it. I'll be the brave one. Thank you for that answer around why Nigerian music penetrates many markets. It's also a very colorful culture, so of course we all want a little bit of that Yoruba, a little bit of that Igbo. All of us have Nigerian names. It's just an attractive culture, a proud culture, and so I'm sure it's easy to buy into. And to speak to your question, there are sustainable ways of surviving as an artist, especially in the music industry. I think we tend to talk about music sales only, and it's not about music sales only. Of course, that's what gets us to know the artist. That's the front-facing part. I've managed to make a career out of something called non-recorded income, and that helps to build and sustain creatives' careers. These are things like brand partnerships, synchronization licenses, and that's where that IP discussion comes in about actually making sure that we are licensing our rights. If we are licensing them perpetually, that we get what is due to us, and I think there's a push around royalties globally, and so there are areas of sustaining and making money outside of releasing. You will look at legendary artists, for the lack of better words, in America. The likes of Anita Baker and them, there's many of them that have not released in years. You have to ask yourself as an African artist, what sustains them? And it's not non-recorded income. It's those contracts that are negotiated properly. It's that royalty aspect of things. It's the collection societies. Yes, it's an infrastructure discussion, but it really is about artists learning and educating themselves about what other ways there are to make income and to sustain in the music industry without losing their core, which is music, for instance.
So, for me, right, I'll say the answer is yes, because I see music as, and maybe this is from my own view, music as a utility. Music is life, right? And some people actually go into music without even thinking about making a career out of it. They just do it because it's their passion. Now, passion-driven careers or talents, will it bring money in the end? Most likely. If it doesn't, at least you're happy doing what you love. A lot of us in the music, behind the music scene, want to be musicians, and that's the truth. I loved rapping. Obi probably loved rapping as well, playing instruments. And when we found out that the stage was too big for us, we decided to enable that industry by going behind the scenes to help with the business side. And so even as a musician, we've heard success stories. Yes, Michael, the example you gave is perfect. And it's like any other industry. If you don't, your riches will disappear if you don't invest in it well, right? You have stories of Nas, who went into tech, and is one of the richest artists ever. You've had stories of, and there's an ongoing story on social media, Joe Budden against Drake. And Drake is destroying Joe Budden's life because he's terming him as a failed rapper. But Joe Budden has gone into music journalism, podcasts and all that, and has built that niche for himself. So even if, as a musician, it's not working for you, you can still play a big role in the industry. You can decide to be a music journalist. That is getting big now. We have people like Joey Aka and Motolani. Motolani recently just even moved from being a journalist, going into one of the large labels, Virgin. So far you play in that music space, either as an artist or as someone behind the scenes. We're here to make music. We're here to do it for the love. It's always about the love first. I mean, even with sports, anything creative, NBA, I love the game. Football, we love football. Art, why do people put money on, why did Ben's tutu sell for millions of dollars? It wasn't as if it was the finest piece of art, but that was the value placed on it. So why is all the Bruces, the OKKs, why are they so expensive? Because there's a value put on it. So as we keep on evolving, right now on Afrobeat, there's a value put on it, a huge value. You have Europeans, Americans, trying to even become producers of Afrobeat, jumping on it. And even beyond that, they're sampling all our other African sounds. Whether it's Fuji, whether it's Akpala. Aruna Ishola's sound was sampled by one international company. And so it just goes into the fact that do music first from a love point, and then money will follow.
I know, Seun, you said I'm not supposed to answer, but you don't have to say something. And I think the answer to your actual question, right, is that anybody who's doing music who thinks they're doing it for profit will never make money, if that makes sense, right? If you go in to record an album or put together a release and you're thinking about the money you're going to make, you're not going to get it right. You're not going to get the collaboration, the melody, the song. You're not going to capture the moment. I think the profit, the byproduct of a great song, a great album, and that comes with your structure, your management, your licensing. But if you go in to record the album and you're thinking, I'm going to make $10 million, I think you failed already, Okay.
As a society of creatives that have to build an industry,
right,
and build this thing that we want to see, are there certain steps that we are not taking just because it is not profitable? And should those steps be taken regardless of the profit?
No, I think
not the fact that artists make money or don't make money. That is
no problem. All right, okay, I get you. No, I think the truth of the matter is 90% of what people like us do is not profitable. But we have to do it. If we don't do it, there will be no platform for any artist to make money. So if we don't build the base, right? If we don't build those collaborations, those networks, creative person in front can never get the opportunity to monetize their talent. So if that was the question, I think that's the answer. Yeah. Nice one. Chief.
My question is directed at Ms. Shunei. So I want to hear her thoughts on narrative fiction podcast. Is she open to collaboration in this space? And does she think it will mitigate the challenges of contemporary publishing and writing? And should creatives explore that? Narrative fiction podcast. I want to hear your thoughts on that, Ma.
I think any route, any avenue, any form, any genre of putting art out there and making it accessible to people should be supported. The problem is, are you or are such practitioners making sure that the creator of the work is being properly compensated? Whether it's through permission or a fee, as long as that's been put in place, I think one creative work can give birth to several as the work itself is adapted for other forms and for other platforms. So, hell yeah.